Hello everyone. Today we are going to get back to the basics of cooking by using recently harvested fruits and vegetables. It's like garden to table recipes, and you can use store-bought ingredients along with the garden fresh produce. Today I'm going to be cooking with these vegetables. Most of the vegetables are from the garden, some are store-bought. The zucchini's from the garden, of course, and half of a pepper, green pepper, but this yellow pepper is store-bought, and so is this carrot.
With some of this food, I'll be making brunch for my husband and I'll be making a stir fry for later on for dinner. I'm prepping ahead of time the vegetables for the stir fry. I don't have soy sauce, so I'm going to use Worcestershire with a little bit of water and try to create a soy sauce flavor with that.
So one by one, we're going to be working through all of these ingredients. Start with sauteing some onions for the fried potatoes. My husband loves onions in his fried potatoes. The onions are halfway translucent, which is the way my husband likes them. He doesn't like them overcooked for this dish in particular. So there's the potatoes. Now they're already cooked.
When I made potato salad a couple days ago, I had extra potatoes, so I'm going to use these for cooked and fried potatoes, just like my mom used to make, but she didn't use onion. She wasn't that crazy about cooked onion, but Dan and I just love it.
We are using olive oil instead of vegetable oil or canola. So we're going to try to make this healthy. We're just going to leave it at that. I could add the pepper, but I'm going to use the peppers for the stir fry. I'm going to add just a little salt and pepper. And a little flour does help to brown them. My mom taught me that years ago. This is almost brown the way he likes it. He likes the onions almost burnt. In fact, some of them are burnt. That's the way he likes it. So, got to make the hubby happy for sure. Just going to add some chives. And this is finished. Now I'm beating up 4 eggs with some milk, salt, and pepper. We like to keep it simple for egg omelets. This is going to be a 4-egg omelet. I'm also dicing up some ham and cheese
To put in the omelet.
We are sauteing onions. I turn the burner down to low. Now I'm throwing in the ham. So go ahead and pour it in there.
And cook on very low heat, so you do not brown these at all. It takes a while, but it's worth it.
Patience is a virtue I learned from my mother, not my father. Come on, eggs. But my mother, she was so patient, so I need to think like she did. Like, if you wait, they will be very good. If you hurry it up, you're going to mess them up. You're just waiting for this side right here, the top side, to finish cooking, and then we'll fold it over. When it's just about fully cooked, you put the cheese on it. You can, however you want to do it. Some people just put it on one side. I'm just going to put it all through the eggs. Now I'm going to fold this over very gently.
I decided to use a larger spatula so I don't break this apart or anything. I want it to look really good in the presentation.
So here we have family-style breakfast for 2.
Garnished with sliced tomatoes and fresh parsley, both from the garden, along with the scallions and chives.
Now we are going to prep the rest of these vegetables for dinner tonight. The plan is to chop the vegetables
Julienne style.
this half of a green pepper, about the size of this. See what this looks like. I'm just curious. That's going to be a lot of vegetables. It's mostly zucchini that I need to use up. These zucchinis are washed. I'm drying them so that I can take most of the peelings off. My husband said the peelings are a little tough. These are smaller ones, so he might not complain. And he might complain also that there's too much peeling. So if we just take part of the peeling off, I think he'll be happy with that. So in order to peel these, I have to dry them thoroughly.
So they'll be less slippery when peeling.
I'm going to peel like this. I hope you can see me. Because I like the peelings. So we're going to compromise here.
working on the last one. And this does not have to be perfect unless you're having company over and you really want it to be perfect. I work in the garden. I'm a very busy person, so to make it look perfect, I just don't want to take the time to do that. Okay. The main thing is we have less peelings for my husband to complain about. But if it looks pretty in the process, that's good too. We are going to see if there's any seeds in it. I'm gonna, remember, I want to cut julienne style. I almost forgot. Okay. Oh, no seeds at all. That's an indication it was cut at a perfect time before the seeds developed. So now I want to do a julienne. So about the size of this pepper. And try to keep it that. It doesn't have to be perfect or precise. Unless you're a gourmet cook and you do it for a living. Okay, like that. All right, I'm going to start julienne. I would like these to be wider than matchstick, probably wider than most julienne cuts. I'm just going to go and get busy on this. Okay, now these two I'm going to use for a veggie plate coming up. I decided I have more than enough. As you can see, I haven't even added this to the container yet. I have more than enough for stir fry. So we want to use this for a veggie plate with carrots. And I'm not sure what else we're going to put with that. I'm going to put the zucchini in this nice little tray and add some other fresh vegetables. With this extra zucchini, I'm going to do a refrigerator pickling like you do with cucumbers. The zucchini will go in this jar, and I'm going to chop up this onion real quick. Mostly water and a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt, pepper, some sugar. You can also add dill, any kind of herbs you like, and spices. But I'm going to keep this plain and simple. And I'm not going to heat up the brine. It's not really necessary because it's going into the refrigerator. And the vinegar and salt preserves it. Here are the rest of the vegetables that were julienne chopping and mincing. And I've got the veggies in the refrigerator. But here I'm going to mince some garlic. We're using onion also and bell peppers, so we do not need any more than that. If we want some more garlic flavor, we can always add garlic salt or garlic powder. So this will go in this little ramekin. We're going to use this for the tuna patties we're going to make. We're going to make tuna patties just like salmon patties, the same way you make salmon patties. And I've prepped ahead my condiments for cooking tonight. And the lid just barely fit on it, but it works. Now it is 11 o'clock, and Danny just sat down to eat his brunch. So this is not breakfast, this is brunch. So we're combining breakfast and lunch is what we're doing. And he saved me a generous portion of food here. And I've also got a piece of zucchini bread with some orange slices. Now it's time to cook our stir fry and gather all the ingredients together to make the tuna patties. I have all the ingredients we're using for this meal laid out here. Almost everything is prepped. There's just one thing I'm missing, and that is fresh dill. So as dark as it is, we need to go out to the garden and pick some dill. And it's, I should be drying this, but there's some new dill right here that popped up. Oh, great. But I want to use the older stuff. Smells wonderful. Oh, let's see. I really should dry these seeds for next year. There's plenty here. Okay. Bachelor buttons, yay! I love bachelor buttons because they're blue and my favorite color is blue. So I just rinsed off the dill and removed the large stems and just broke it into little pieces to add to the tuna. And we're going to add the onions, just a little salt, which helps blend everything together, and a little pepper. And I need to beat these eggs. And mix that around. I have about 10 crushed cracker crumbs. You can use breadcrumbs also. So just mix this together. And it will be ready for when it's time to fry the patties. I'm going to be starting the stir fry first with olive oil. The vegetable that will take the longest are carrots. So we are stir frying the carrots first. The recipe I'm going to refer to you may not have carrots. This is just something I wanted to add for additional nutrition, flavor, and color. Now, if you're using carrots, you might want to cut these smaller, like matchsticks, because carrots take so long to cook. Carrots are taking on a charred look, which is what I wanted. So I'm going to add my peppers. And what we're doing is we're taking in the natural flavors of the vegetables and incorporating it into the olive oil before we add any spices. But we can add a little bit of salt at this, and you can salt and pepper in stages. Okay, and pepper. Now I'm making a space in the middle to put the onion. Ooh, yes, we love onion. Add the zucchini. I'm going to add salt and pepper. I added a little olive oil in the middle, and we're cooking our garlic. And we're going to mix everything together. Then we're going to turn down the heat, put a lid on it to steam. So everything can steam on a lower heat. The garlic is blended in with everything, so it will no longer get bitter. It should blend into all the flavors. In place of soy sauce, I'm going to use Worcestershire sauce mixed with water to tone down the strong flavor. Okay, we're going to add the Worcestershire to the water and some ginger and some sugar. Okay, so we'll do a cornstarch slurry. I don't want too much. I don't want it to be too thick. Okay. This has a little while to cook, but I'm going to add the sauce now. We're going to simmer it with the sauce. Okay, this needs some garlic salt. And this dish is done, and I'm going to put a lid on it, and we'll warm it up right before we serve our tuna patties. If we're using avocado oil for the tuna patties, and they're going to be like fritters. I'm not going to use my hands. I'm just going to spoon them in, and this has worked for me every time. Hopefully it will work this time. You just have to make sure your oil is heated up enough and you're ready to fry. We hear it sizzle. There we go. You want to hear that sizzle. Looks like. Heating up a little rice on the stove with just a little bit of water. This is just enough for 2 people, for Dan and I. And this is the condiment we'll be using on our meal tonight, sweet and sour sauce. This spring I had the best strawberry harvest, and I have a bunch of strawberries in the freezer. We're going to make an easy dessert, super easy, strawberry sorbet. You start with 3 cups of frozen strawberries and put them in the food processor, and then you just use lemon juice and honey and a little bit of water. It's honey and lemon juice and just a little bit of water. There were a couple of very large strawberries, and they did not break up well. I had to take them out and microwave them for 10 seconds, and then I cut them in half. So for now on, I'm going to tell my husband. He wanted to be in charge of that this year. And usually I do it and I cut the large ones in half, but he didn't do it. And I didn't really think about it because usually this food processor breaks up all the strawberries, but these were extremely large. I'm going to try this again. I did add some more honey. It wasn't quite sweet enough. I just went out and got a couple mint leaves, washed and dried them off, and they look beautiful on this dessert my husband and I are going to share. Now you can make twice as much or 3 times more than this, depending on how many. If you have a lot of strawberries, you can do it. If you don't eat it right away, you can put it in the freezer for 1 to 2 hours and then bring it back out, or just keep it frozen overnight and pull it out. And I would set it out for maybe 5 to 10 minutes before eating it. Thanks for watching today. I do have some more harvesting to do, lots more to do. And I'd like you to check out my other videos on gardening. I appreciate you being here. I hope that I have inspired you to cook up something healthy and delicious from your garden or the produce section at your favorite grocery store. Garden to table foods are the healthiest way to go and the most economical too. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.